Hey, what's up, everyone? One of the first things that really stands out is the work done around online championships. A lot of players were running into situations where completed championships couldn't be viewed or selected properly, which is frustrating when you've invested hours into endurance racing and want to review progress or results. That issue has finally been addressed, and it makes the whole championship flow feel much more reliable. Along the same lines, co-op events received attention too. There were cases where co-op races simply couldn't be completed as expected, breaking immersion and wasting time for teams trying to race together. With this update, those blockers have been removed, which is huge for anyone who treats this sim as a shared experience rather than a solo one. On the technical side, there's a quiet but very important addition with the new Enable Plugins toggle in the settings. This gives players more direct control over plugin behavior without having to dig through files or worry about unexpected conflicts. Speaking of files, the game is now far more robust when it encounters invalid or broken vehicle settings.json files. Before, a corrupted config could cause crashes or unpredictable behavior, but now the game handles that situation more gracefully, which means fewer headaches after updates or custom tweaks. The user interface and HUD also saw a wave of refinements. Several timing and MFD display issues have been corrected, including situations where information would either update incorrectly or not at all. Pit stop information is now more reliable, which matters a lot in endurance racing where strategy can make or break your result. Replay functionality has been polished as well. Players had reported problems with live replay scrubbing, camera behavior, and timeline accuracy, and those issues have now been ironed out. Replays feel smoother, more predictable, and much closer to what you'd expect from a serious motorsport simulator. Race control and penalties were another big focus area. Wet track limits have been recalibrated, which is a subtle but meaningful change. In previous builds, track limit detection in wet conditions could feel overly harsh or inconsistent, sometimes penalizing drivers in situations where grip was already compromised. With the new calibration, off-track penalties feel more logical and better aligned with real-world expectations. This also ties into broader physics and rules adjustments that aim to make racing fair without being overly punishing, especially during tricky weather transitions. AI behavior and general race flow benefited from stability fixes too. There were edge cases where sessions wouldn't progress correctly, or where timing logic could get confused during long races. Those issues have been addressed behind the scenes, and while they might not be flashy, they contribute massively to confidence in running long stints without worrying about the game falling apart mid-race. Another area worth mentioning is general performance and stability. A number of crash scenarios have been resolved, including rare but persistent bugs related to session loading, UI transitions, and replay playback. These fixes don't always get the spotlight, but they're essential for a sim like this, where races can last hours, and any instability feels amplified. What really comes through with this update is the sense that the developers are listening closely to feedback from both casual players and hardcore endurance fans. This isn't about reinventing systems or adding headline-grabbing features, it's about making sure what's already there works the way it should, consistently and predictably. From online championships to co-op racing, from HUD clarity to wet weather rules, the experience now feels more cohesive and dependable. Overall, this patch reinforces the foundation of the game. It makes long races less stressful for the wrong reasons, improves trust in the rules and systems, and quietly enhances immersion by removing friction. If you spend a lot of time racing online, managing endurance strategy, or reviewing replays to analyze performance, you're going to feel these changes even if you can't immediately point to a single dramatic difference. Everything just works a little better, and in a racing sim, that's exactly what you want.